Exactly 10 months ago, we turned this product development company around by implementing one simple cold email system into their go-to-market strategy that changed absolutely everything. Before this, they were trying every other lead generation strategy that you can imagine, from bringing in an in-house team to outsourcing it to other lead generation partners and ultimately getting burned. And before giving up with cold emails entirely, they came to BuzzLead one last time before closing off their minds to this idea. The result? $90,000 in profit added back to their business, with an initial $1.2 million in revenue sitting in their pipeline from another 27 opportunities that we brought to the table. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact strategy that we used to take them there and the mistakes that they were making along the way that were costing them big money. And chances are you're likely making them too. So be sure to stick around to a little bit later on in the video to when we really get into the good stuff. But before I tell you exactly what we did to help that business's sales explode, let me show you some of the common mistakes that they were making that we see other business owners making over and over again, which are just killing their sales and stunting their growth. So let's pretend you and a few of your buddies are camping out in the mountains for the weekend, and that sun is starting to head down, and before it tucks away for the evening, you guys want to start a fire. So you start gathering some firewood from the local area, and it's all wet, so you're lighting your matches and it's just not going anywhere. And one of your buddies, let's call him Ted in this case, he's kind of a man versus wild connoisseur himself. He says, hey guys, I think we need to go a little bit deeper into the forest to find some dry wood and try that out to light a fire. And sure enough, you guys come back, you light a fire and it takes off. And that's the exact same use case as what was going on here, right? It wasn't the process itself that was wrong. It was the materials that were being used along the way. And this wasn't any different from what these guys were doing. They were trying too hard to light wet wood, wasting their time, matches, and energy in the process. Now that we know some of the mistakes that they were making, let me show you exactly what we did to solve that problem. So let's start off with the cold email infrastructure. When this client came on board, we set them up with 35 different subdomains with 2 sending accounts apiece. We then split up those domains to be 50-50, Google and Outlook. And with our sending tool called Smart Leads, we like to use ESP matching, or email service provider matching. Now, what this means is that Google will send to Google accounts and Outlook accounts will send to Outlook accounts. It's one of these small details into the deliverability issues that are going on in the marketplace right now, but this just ensures that deliverability is curtailed and not an issue at all. We then set those emails to about 15 per day, maxing out there, don't want to do too many more. So this ensures that we can contact 1,000 new prospects on a daily basis without landing in spam. So let's go back to that story about you and your friends trying to start a fire with some wet wood in the mountains. It's exactly what Evo was doing with their data in their target populations, right? They were even spending $25,000 a year on ZoomInfo, and the lead lists that they were engaging with were just stale and the relevant data was just not there. And so here's the exact 3 things that we did to absolutely turn that around from them. The first campaign that we ran for them is a lookalike campaign. It's one of the best campaigns that we love running for clients. Essentially what we ask them is, who are your best clients right now that always grow, that always retain, and that tell other people about your services without you even asking? A few names immediately come to mind. So with Ocean, we just take those names and we import that in, and they'll find another 1,000 to 3,000 similar audiences like that. And then we just take that domain list, we import that into Clay, and find the different target personas that we're going after and run those through a waterfall enrichment process. So that's the first step. The next campaign that we ran from them is utilizing a tool called StoreLeads. StoreLeads has a ton of e-commerce data, and we knew that Shopify was an untapped market that this client was not yet exposed to. And so with StoreLeads, we just filtered to be really specific on what are their best case studies that our client has had a ton of success with, and just found similar audiences like those, utilizing some different scoring criteria. Once again, we just downloaded that and just ran that through a waterfall enrichment. And then lastly is we ran persona-based targeting for some product development titles. We ran those through Clay. And then on the backside of that, we had a waterfall enrichment process that essentially cross-references multiple different databases, not just the $25,000 one that they were spending for ZoomInfo, but 6 to 7 others to make sure that that's actually accurate data. And then we're going to verify that utilizing Million Verifier and BounceMan to ensure those emails are accurate and not going to end up in spam. This will ensure that we're starting a fire with dry wood that's absolutely going to catch flames and take on their business on fire. Another major challenge that Evo was dealing with was just trying to figure out their marketing messaging. They had some messaging that was working out relatively well in traditional marketing channels like Facebook and Google, but they were just struggling to condense that message or tailor it to be really successful in cold emails. And so when they came to us, we took that messaging and we applied the Why You Now framework. It's one of the best cold email templates that are out there just because it's so specific to the person that you're engaging with. And what that really looks like is we lead with a pain point that we know is being faced by a large majority of the audience that we're engaging with. We then tailor our offer to solve that pain point and then provide a case study just fully illustrating how we actually did that with a low friction CTA. Now, to give you an example of what that sounded like in the case of Evo, hey name, I notice you oversee production efforts. Are you still dealing with manufacturing volatility in China? We help product teams take their product ideas from inspiration to tangible reality in under 150 days by utilizing our elevated product method to vet market opportunities, source production partners, and enable a go-to-market rollout. We recently helped Dynamic Disc test market demand and find a production partner for their new Scout baskets, generating $2.4 million in the first half of last year. Can I send you over a relevant case study breaking it down? So we throw in that low friction CTA there to be a quick thing to set the hook, and then we'll reel them in on that follow-up. Number 2, hey name, if we can help you validate market demand of your new product pre-launch so you can ensure it'll be a success, would that be interesting? Last year, we helped Box House profitably take their solution from a napkin drawing to a full market rollout in under 150 days by sourcing multiple factories to their price, MOQ, quality, and technology requirements. Are you totally opposed to a quick call to exploring this over a quick call? So we essentially ran a 3-step sequence, just really quick, 2 days in between those first 2 and 3 steps. And we just tested out the different pain points that we were seeing in the market. Sometimes those organizations were too lean and they didn't have enough bandwidth to support those activities. Other times, other brands were just disappointed with their product pre-launch. And so when you're working with BuzzLead, what you have the opportunity to do is test out multiple different variations of the message to see what's working. And then we just A/B test over the course of time. So our copy and scripts are always going to improve. And that's where we're really able to nail 500K in pipeline within 90 days for our clients. A big leg up that we have with cold email is our ability to efficiently manage multiple of these different domains and responses at scale. So let's pretend a prospect replies positively to an email. What'll happen on our backend is SmartLead will push over that information into Clay. We'll enrich that contact information to find that data, and then that'll notify our inbox manager and myself in Slack saying, hey, so-and-so just responded, and it'll pull up their mobile phone number and then a link to the actual SmartLeads chat as well. So we can quickly click on that, gather their information, and then make the cold call or the warm call to go out and engage that target persona. And at the very least, we're leaving a message, providing context on why we're reaching out, and we're following up via email. This allows us to just stay on top of things, because if you're not responding within the first 15 minutes, you're literally setting money on fire. And just by replying within 5 to 15 minutes, your conversion rates go up 400%. So efficiently managing inboxes at scale is one of the most effective things that you can do to be really successful with cold email. Now, let me just share with you some of the campaign results that we've ran for Product Evo, just so you can see the proof is in the pudding here. So this is one of the campaigns that we ran a little bit earlier on this year. What you're seeing there is the total amount of emails sent. So that's a 3-step email sequence. So we're seeing around 6,000 and 7,000 prospects on the top of the funnel. We're getting around 141 positive replies there. Similar for this campaign here, around 10,600 sends, 3-step sequence, so around 3,000 or so prospects to 34 positive replies. And this is another great example here, 15,000 sends to 52 positive replies. But what you can see here is the evolution, right? You're seeing the copy is getting better. You're seeing the data population is getting better. So you're just throwing on more and more dry wood onto that fire, and it's just taking flames, and you guys are crushing it on sales. You're getting more revenue added to your pipeline and profit added back to your business, just a result of working with BuzzLead here. But if you want to get some extra context and hear it exactly from our client, what it's been like working with us and how we set Product Evo on fire with more leads coming back to their business, check out this video here. You're going to love hearing it from Josh. And if you want to add another 500K in pipeline in 90 days to your business, let's find some time below down here to chat. Talk to you guys soon.